I mean, obviously well coached. The game plan was distinct, and you could always tell what they were trying to do and what they had been practicing the days coming into it, and what they wanted to take away because they always did a good job of doing it. And then you knew Kyle and DeMar were going to put so much pressure on you on the other end, and you just tried to find a way to be able to make those other guys beat you, which sounds easy, but it wasn't easy either because if those guys started making shots, then it opened up everything for those guys. So I mean, it was tough. And then you had the crowd, the environment coming up here was a factor, and you knew it was going to be a factor also. So I mean, but the biggest thing was just being well coached, and I understand that now being here and the way we go about things, the way we try to get things done, is the reason why they've been a well-oiled machine.
When you guys took game one here, though, and were able to beat them, what was the sense within you guys about just feeling unbeatable?
I mean, we felt like we could compete with anybody at the team. I feel like when you get to the playoffs, like all bets are off. Like that's part of the goal. You got to get there to be able to get to the ultimate goal, and you get in there, and then you just you bet on yourself and your team. You bet on what you can do as a team to take away from them, just like they did against us when I was on Indiana. And we had to make some extremely tough plays to win that game, and them being able to come down to us in Indy and win games was what shows you, how much more ready they were for the situation.
Have you heard about this whole game one losing streak thing, or is that?
Not till you just said it. No idea. I didn't even thought about it. Like honestly, but I never knew it was a thing until now.
Do you expect Kyle and DeMar to see more time on the court in the playoffs than they did in the regular season? Obviously, Kyle saw a lot less time this year than previous years.
That's above my pay grade. No, but I mean, to win games, you want your best players on the floor. I feel like that what we've done with this team all year is that the guys that are playing well are going to be on the floor. Obviously, those two guys are our two best players, so they figure out ways to change games even when it might not be offensively flowing or maybe there have been some mistakes throughout the game. I said it all year. DeMar has been one of the best guys I've played with as far as a go-to guy who could, the first three quarters, be 2 for 10 and finish the game 8 for 16. Or whatever. I don't know the numbers off my head, but just get it going and figure out, knowing that those other three quarters don't mean anything. That last 6 minutes is his, and he knows that, and he puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense.
What's the right mental state for a team to be in to shoot the ball well? Like you shoot the ball well if you're tense, if you're anxious.
Free. It's got to be free. You got to understand that they're good shots and the shots you're supposed to take and the shots you work on and what's wanted of you in the situations. And I think you just it's a confidence thing. That's the biggest part of shooting a basketball, especially when you've done thousands and thousands of reps and being able to do it over time. It's just about having confidence in what you work on and what you're supposed to do when you're on the floor. And usually, it turns over. Guys figure it out that way. I think as long as we go out there as a team, as a unit, and get what we want to get and get the shots and play the pace you want to play, we'll be fine.
Does the situation make it harder? Like, is it harder to shoot?
I don't. You can turn it that way. I think, and the defense obviously will be guys will be more attentive to certain things, and there'll be less slip ups. Hopefully, there are more slip ups for us, and we can get open shots. But I mean, the game definitely changes. It's a little bit more physical. The tempos, every play's a big play. Everybody's adrenaline is sky high the whole game before tip off, and it brings out the best in guys. And they're gonna bring their best. We gotta bring our best. But I think we got a bunch of guys that are ready for the situation.
John is obviously such a big part of what they do. You played them 4 times, didn't see him at all. What can you take over defensively from those games, knowing that a lot of those possessions will now start in John's hands?
I think the biggest thing is you want to keep him from being able to use his speed. He puts so much pressure on you when he's got an open floor with the guys that can make shots around him and him attacking the basket. He's not just looking to score the basketball. He's looking for those guys, and when those guys, you get 3 fast breaks in a row with 3 threes, now you got a 10-point run, and you don't want to give up turnovers. They can do a good job of swiping at the ball and getting out and running and things like that. So I think the biggest thing is just understanding the dynamic of his speed and what it does to the game.
Does it make looking at the regular season tape between you guys sort of less valuable that he wasn't there, or are there still things that can
No, because I think those other guys got a lot more reps and different things, and they gained confidence and added new things to their skill sets to be able to do, which makes them more dangerous because, say he doesn't get it rolling, or say he's on the bench. Now you got other guys who've been playing well all this time without him, and even with Bradley Beal having the ball in his hands even more. Now you got to, worry about the confidence that he's grown with handling the ball and pick and rolls and, kind of being a combo guard for them instead of just kind of being a shooting guard. And I think those other guys, they got a lot of experience from that. And now you add an all-star point guard back to it. They've been meshing well since he came back, so I don't think it hurts him at all.
CJ, the second you guys don't have a lot of playoff experience, do you buy into the theory that inexperience can affect how younger players perform in the playoffs?
I think it's more mental than anything. I think obviously experience helps, just the amount of games you played, you're more seasoned, you've been in more situations, and there's going to be some things they haven't seen before, obviously, and it's going to be a little bit of a thing. But the guys that we have, they play so hard, and they've been prepared, and they, I think that it shouldn't affect them. I don't think so. From being with these guys and seeing their mental approach to the game and how they played all year, I don't think that hinders them, because the intensity is what changes the most. And those guys already play with an intensity that's top-notch, which is why we've been able to be good as a unit. So I don't think, in my eyes, I don't see that being a problem.
Is there any fear that because they're so young, they might try to do more than they really need to do?
I don't think so. Just because of what it's been drilled in them. The way they've been together in the unit and the way we play and the way the offense runs, the way the defense runs, the way the coaches prepare them. They know their skill sets and what they do. And because of that, which is another reason why the second unit worked, because everybody knows what they do and their role in it. And I don't think they get outside of it, because you would be able to tell right away. It wouldn't fit. Everything would start to fall apart.
Was that game in Miami, was that a pretty good tune-up? I mean, it was so physical. Was that good?
Yeah, I think it was. And that's also a team that plays that way most of the year also. So I think it's good to go in there at the end of the year and not have some type of cakewalk with a team that wasn't playing guys or something like that. To go in there and, get beat up a little bit and, have a back and forth game and get guys ready mentally for what it's going to be down the stretch of all these games.